My name's Rich Alpert. I'm an actor here at the Chicago Actors Studio. This is where I come to study and hone my craft, so to speak. It's a great place to take risk, and I think it's important that an actor take risk. It makes for some compelling and great acting. But you know, I've always been attracted to risk in various forms during my life. For example, for many years I traded the stock market for a living. I did that as a floor trader on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I was one of those guys who stood in the trading pit and yelling and screaming, my arms flailing all about. And of course, in order to make money, you had to take risk. But another important ingredient of successful trading was not getting too full of yourself, not getting too greedy, not letting your ego get the better of you. Well, there were some battles that I lost in that respect, and I remember being in the trading pit, being on the floor, and maybe buying some contracts and having a little profit at first. The market turned the other way and not quite responding as I should, which is never to add to a losing position. And that might look something like 90 bid, buy him, I'll buy 100. I'll buy 100. 95 bid, buy him, I'll buy 200. Buy 200. 100 bid, 100 bid. Fine, I'll buy 200. So now I've got 500 contracts, which is way more than I'm comfortable dealing with. So now I'm watching the market. The market stops going up. In fact, it's now going down. And I've got a losing position, and I'm losing quite a bit of money. And I'm resorting to praying. Now I gotta get out of these positions. July at 70! July at 70! So! I'll sell you 100. July at 65. Sold! I'll sell you 150. July sold! July 50. How many? 2! I'm not gonna sell you 2! I got 500 to sell! Get out of here! July 45. Sold! How many? Come on, give me a number! 26! It took you that long to count up to 26? I'll sell you 26! And so it would continue until I got out of my last trade, inevitably at the bottom, and as soon as I got out, the market went straight up. But it was about the same time that I started trading that I decided I wanted to become a professional actor, and I'd entered into an acting class. I always loved performing, singing, doing impressions, loved to do impressions. And one of my favorite impressions was doing that of Howard Cosell. And I want to share a story with you of a time that I did my Howard Cosell impersonation for none other than Muhammad Ali. In 1974, I was in Washington, D.C., and I was invited to a reception for Ali, and I got online to meet him, and I thought, I think I'm going to do my Howard Cosell impersonation for Muhammad Ali. So I remember getting online and getting to the front of the line and shaking his hand and saying, champ, can I do my Howard Cosell impersonation for you? He said, yeah. Well, I did the impersonation for him, and he said, well, as long as Cosell knows I'm the champ, then it's pretty good. Now, fast forward 25 years later, I'm in Hollywood working on a movie, and on the Sony studio lot, there's Muhammad Ali. He had been there he was negotiating the biopic movie, which would later star Will Smith as Muhammad Ali. I wanted to go up to him, but I didn't know if that was appropriate given his condition of the Parkinson's syndrome. And I saw his wife off to the side, and I went up to her and I said, I just want to tell you that your husband was a hero of mine growing up. And I even did my Howard Cosell impersonation for him 25 years ago. And she looked at me and she said, do you think you could do that again? And I, sure. So once again, as I did 25 years ago, I held up an imaginary microphone and blurted out in front of Muhammad Ali, hello again everyone, I'm Howard Cosell, speaking of sports. Tonight, my guest, the irrepressible, the indomitable, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Well, Ali didn't say anything, but just a big grin lit up his face. And I remember calling my wife afterwards and telling her the story and getting very emotional about it, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it was because I was so touched by Ali's wife asking me to do this impression for him, or maybe it was just seeing this once vibrant, splendid athlete in this debilitated state, virtually unable to speak, or maybe it's just because I brought a smile to the face of my childhood hero. Well, anyway, I mentioned to you that I like to sing, so I thought right now I would do a few of my favorite Frank Sinatra songs, and my director's saying, no, I guess we're out of time. But, well, let me wrap this up by saying, I generally don't speak about myself this much at one time anyway, but I have a friend who's pretty good at it, and I think if he were standing here right now, he'd say something like, well, look, I don't want to talk about myself anymore. Why don't you talk about me? Anyway, my name is Rich Alpert, and I can be reached at 312-320-9781. Thanks for watching.